Hey guys, my name is Shaaanelle with the 3 A's here on YouTube, 1A in real life, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I did the SAWEETIE inspired pop smokes. I think these are really cute, so I wanted to try them out. I gave you guys all the details for how I did this hairstyle. It's a very detailed video. It's very beginner friendly. I tried to show you guys how I feed in the hair and also how I braid towards the front. Gave you guys some tips and tricks for how to, braid without bunching up too much at the top, especially like when you're braiding from this way going down, you tend to like bunch it up, but that's all explained in the video. I'm sorry about any of the video, or not the video, but any of the sound quality right now during this intro. I don't have my mic on because it's in the living room and I don't want to go disturb the baby right now and have her crying. So hopefully the sound quality right now for this intro is good. But anyways, back to the hair. So this hairstyle took me 3.5 hours to do. I was filming, so it probably will take a little bit less time if you're doing it yourself. And if I was to do this without filming, it would have took me I would have guessed around 2.5 to 2 hours to do this hairstyle. I used under half a pack of hair, I would say. I did buy a jumbo pack of hair, but kind of considering like a regular pack of hair, I would say that I used less than half a pack for this hairstyle. As you can see, they're not super thick, but they're a decent size and decent width. I didn't add any beads to them. They are kind of short. I didn't want to add any beads to them just because, I didn't want them. So I didn't add any beads. But yeah, this is the hairstyle. This is what it looks like going all the way around. I'll probably, oh, did you guys see that? Let me try again. Okay, hopefully that was in there this time, but I will probably wear these braids for maybe at least 2 weeks is what I'm trying to go for. So it's already it's Monday, sorry. It's Monday right now. I braided my hair on Saturday, so I will take these out next Saturday. Well, I don't want to take them out next Saturday, but next Saturday will be 1 week with these braids in. And then I'm trying to go at least 2 weeks with these braids, maybe 2.5 to 3. So we'll just see how they hold up. Hopefully they hold up really well. But yes, I hope you guys enjoy the video, enjoy, all of the tips and tricks. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, especially if you're watching it and then you're like, boop, that's a trick that I didn't know. That's a tip that's helpful. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up at that point. If you don't do it right now, subscribe to my channel because I love doing hair tutorials. I love doing informational hair videos to show you guys how to do stuff yourself, DIY hairstyles and things like that. So make sure that if you're not subscribed to my channel, that you do hit that subscribe button right now because that matters, because I want you to come back. I want you to see my other hairstyles, and I want you to see my past hairstyles. I've done knotless box braids, all that. I've done a braided low ponytail, so that's all in my little video feed. You just got to check it out. So go to my channel, hit subscribe, check out those other videos, and yeah, I will let you guys get on with watching how I did these cute SAWEETIE inspired pop smokes. Good. Ooh. Okay, so taking my bonnet off. I had my hair in well, I washed my hair like the other day. Yeah, the day before yesterday. I washed my hair. I just washed it with the Talia Wajid apple and aloe, and then I deep conditioned it with the same product, and then I moisturized and sealed it with the apple and aloe leave-in, and some oil from the Main Choice, and then I also used some quench cream from what's it called, from The Drip, which is a product line from a hairdresser, cosmetologist, a hairdresser in Dallas. And then I put it in some braids. This was 3 sections on this side, and then I have 3 sections on the side too. And I just put it in these braids to stretch my hair, and yeah, that's all I pretty much did. And then yesterday I just had on like a little head wrap. But all of that you can see in my vlog because I just started vlogging, so you guys can see all of that stuff in my vlog. Check it out. My hair is pretty much dry for the most part. It's wet a little bit in the middle of these braids, but that's gonna dry like right now when it gets some air. But it's just wet because it's been compacted up. So to start this, obviously I want to find my part. I like to do my side parts on this part with everything else going this way. I've never done, I don't think, anything like this. The closest thing I've done to this was some feed-in braids that I did for Vegas, but that was back in like 2018. So that was 2 years ago when I did it, and they was okay. And I left them in because I was like, I'm not gonna redo my hair, but they could have been better. So we're gonna try these braids today. I think I want this part to be just kind of straight back, and I'm doing it kind of deep. Okay, so it's just going straight back to the back of my head, and it's kind of deep to like the middle of my head right here. So that's good for me, but I do kind of want to perfect this a little bit, and I don't like to use a lot of edge control. So what I'm going to try first, I'm going to try a hack, and I'm going to use this SAWEETIE Butter Shine. It's just kind of like this stiff pomade. I don't know, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen or heard of SAWEETIE, but it's not a pomade, sorry. It's like a moisturizer, a scalp moisturizer, and it has shea butter and olive oil in it. So I'm gonna use this on my part just to see, because I don't like if I use too much edge control, it starts to make me feel like dirty and sticky, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna try to use this SAWEETIE to see if it can act as a replacement. And yeah, it actually worked. Okay, my part is pretty straight, pretty clean. I'm gonna go back just a little bit further to the back and take a peek at it. Let me get my other mirror so I can really see what's going on over here. It's a little iffy. Okay, I'm not mad at the part. I like it. I think it's pretty straight. This is what it looks like for you guys. And then let me show y'all right here if it'll focus. There we go. That's what my part is looking like. So the SAWEETIE worked to help define my part. So boom, there's that. Next, I'm going to section, well, not section off my hair, but I'm gonna clip some pieces away. So I'm gonna clip this out the way. Let me go get my clips. Okay, I got some clips, so I'm gonna clip this out the way just to make sure that it ain't, you know, in the way. Oh, by the way, it's 10:16 right now, and the camera has been going for 6 minutes. So we are 10 minutes in. Oh no, we're not 10 minutes in. We started at 6:10. I mean at 10:10. We started at 10:10, okay? It is 10:10 in the morning. We started at 10:10. So I'm gonna clip a lot of this out of the way right now. That. Got it clipped out the way. And we're gonna do the part for our first braid. So this is gonna go straight down. I kind of want them, I don't want them too small, but I also don't like them really big. So I've got about 1.5 inches parting right here. And I'm just going down as straight as possible. I think that's a pretty good size. It's a decent size right there. So I'm gonna grab my butter shine again since we just found this new hack. Not having to use edge control. So I'm gonna take my butter shine to define my part. And this butter shine is, like I said, it's like a moisturizer, like oily moisturizer. So it's not gonna like be residue build up on my hair. It's like putting moisturizer on but without the water content. Okay, so I perfected that part, but I need to perfect it a little bit more down here by my ear. So I perfected the part. I'm gonna add this hair to this clip, and then I'm also gonna use a banana clip just to make sure that I don't accidentally pull none of this while I'm braiding. So use a little banana clip. This is what my first part is looking like, and I'm just gonna brush this through. And again, my hair is not blow dried or anything like that. It's just been air dried. It is stretched obviously because I had it in plaits, in 6 plaits, but it isn't blow dried or anything. It's just air dried, stretched. So I'm just combing it through first, and some of my baby hairs are already like out, but I don't want to grab them by accident. And I don't like too many baby hairs either, because they're gonna come out regardless. So I don't like to create too many baby hair. So the hair that I have is this free tress braiding hair. It is natural texture, free tress 301 natural texture hair, and I got it in 18 inch because I don't like my braids to be too long. Also, I got this in the color number 2. But yeah, I don't like my braids super long. I like to do mine kind of short, so that's why I picked up the 18 instead of the long, like 28 inch or whatever they had to offer. So I'm just gonna take it out the bag, and I'm just gonna start with one bundle. This comes with 10 bundles. Yeah, this comes with 10 bundles in the pack. It's a jumbo pack. And I'm just going to start with one. Okay, so I got one little bundle right here. It's kind of short, like I said, because I like my braids on the shorter side. I'm not going to do bigger pieces. When I do this, I'm just going to separate out pretty much same size pieces for the most part. So, well, I'm going to do small to larger pieces. So I'm gonna start off with something kind of small like this, right? So just a little piece right here. Give you guys a close up. Just kind of a small piece, right? That's gonna be my first piece. And then I'm just gonna gradually grab a little bit more each time. So this one is a little bit thicker. And I'm just gonna do 5 pieces to start, because I don't know how many pieces I'm gonna actually need. So I'm just gonna start with 5. Now let me show y'all where I have this. So this is where I have my hair. I'm in my bathroom, obviously, mirror, sink. And I have my hair just right here. And you can see the sizes getting gradually bigger. And then I have my extra hair just sitting over there. Okay, so that's the setup. And I'm gonna use a little bit of my edge control just for this front braid, obviously, because I want it to be nice and neat. So this is my Style Factor Edge Booster Extra Strength and Moisture Rich Pomade for thick and coarse hair. I just have a tiny baby pea-sized amount of it, and I'm just gonna put it right here in the front, missing my baby hairs. And I'm gonna take it all the way down to this side. That, and like I said, I don't have a lot. Just a little bit. And then I'm just going to use my toothbrush, my little edge toothbrush, to brush it back and into position. And then we're going to try another hack. I'm using some more of the Itte pomade instead of the edge booster on the back side. I'm going to go with a little bit more edge booster around the top. So I'm gonna grab my hair. I'm grabbing a whole section from the front like this. So a whole flat piece. And I'm going to separate this into 3s. And I'm going to begin braiding. For this braid, I'm just going to let you guys watch. And then I'll do a more tutorial-ish type of braid in a second, because I want you guys to be a little bit closer for that. Okay, so that's the first braid done. I did braid it all the way down to the end. It looks okay. I got a little twisted right in this part, but I'm not mad at it. I did want this to be a little more straight going back into the braid, but that ain't happen. But I think it still looks pretty good for the most part. And like I said, I'm not mad at it. So let me check it. It looks all fed in pretty good. It looks pretty decent. So I think I'm gonna keep working, and then if I want to redo that one later, I'll probably redo it later. But I'm gonna keep it. It's for now. It's a go. So I'm just gonna go again with the same spacing, about a 1.5 inch space. Go down as straight as possible. And I'm just using my mirror to see behind me so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm just kind of feeling with the comb to make sure that I'm going straight down with it. Yeah, that's a solid part. So I'm gonna perfect it with my Ite, my little my new little hack. Use my Ite. Okay, and this one's falling directly behind my ear. The first one fell right in front of my ear. Grab a little bit of edge booster for the top, and I'm placing a small amount like that on the back. And when I say small amount, literally like it's barely any on my fingers. And doing the same thing on the front. And again, grabbing straight across for my 3 sections. I ended up using only 4 pieces of hair on that one, and the braid came out with a nice little bit of thickness, so I'm cool with that. So I'll probably end up using just 4 pieces on these next few braids until I get to the back of my head. And then once I get around to the side where it's a little more, where it's longer, where the braids are gonna be longer, I'll probably use 5 or 6 pieces on this side. But all right, so I got my top section. But what I was saying was, it's kind of easy for you to want to curve your hands and braid like you're braiding to the back, but try to avoid that if you can, because you want these to go straight down to the side. So try to pay attention and be cognizant, because if you've been braiding for a while like I have, you might be used to like braiding straight to the back. My recording stopped and I don't know where it stopped at but hopefully y'all was able to capture, well, to see some of what I was doing. I'm taking a little bit of Ite on my fingers because I'm getting like to the ends, not to the ends of my hair yet, but once I come off my scalp, I want to make sure that it's not going to be frizzy around here. So I took a little bit of Ite on my fingers, and then I'm actually going to take a little tiny bit of my Laid and Slayed Pro Gel, just a little tiny bit once I get closer to the ends, so that it can mesh with my hair well and it doesn't want to like frizz up or anything like that. And I'm braiding this all the way to the end. I'm not gonna put beads on the ends of mine. I'm just gonna curl them instead, and I'm gonna have like some little coily curls at the bottom, or I might just dip them straight. But I know that I don't want to add beads to the end, so I'm braiding these all the way to the end so they don't unravel before I can get to the other side of my head. Here we are. This is what the second braid looks like. Let me look in the mirror. Ooh, that second one looked nice. That second one looked real nice. So we're gonna do one more straight down. Okay, so let me make sure. Yeah, that's good. It's a little big. I'm gonna make this one a little bit smaller because it's a little big. So I'm gonna perfect the part on my third braid. I'm gonna do my third braid, and then I'm gonna come back to show you guys how I start from this point, going straight down the back of my head, so you guys can see a few of those braids too. Okay, so I have my third braid done, and I'm gonna get up. Oh, almost fell. I'm gonna get up on the counter. But I have my third braid done. As you can see, it's looking pretty good. And at this point, I want to start going around my head. So I have my mirror in front. I don't think it's gonna be blocking you guys, but I need my mirror so that I can see the back of my head. Taking my little clips out. Ooh, that third braid looks neat. Okay, so I'm taking all of my clips out so that I can start rounding off. And I'm gonna need to take this blue one out too. Alright, so I'm basically just going to do real simple from the tip right here and just go straight down the back of my head as straight as I can go. And what's going to be important to me is to make sure that as my braid tapers down towards the middle and the end, that it is the same thickness as the rest of my braids, right? Because I'm not worried about the top, obviously, since it's tapering from the corner. I'm more so worried about the bottom and the middle of my braid to make sure that it's about same width. So it is, but my part is obviously crooked. So I'm going to take one of these clips to get it out the way, and then also loosely clip this side so that I can see my part, so I can see what I'm doing. That looks good where I started. I just need to, and try to go directly down with this, like as straight down as you can go. So I think this one is good. Let me check the thickness. It's a little bit thin. It's a little thinner than I want. And I'm going into the part before I go down. That way it's still that sharp corner edge. And I'm gonna try to make this a little bit thicker. Okay, so that part's straight. And it is the thickness that I want, and it starts from the corner sharply. See what I'm saying? How it like goes, it kind of flows in with the part, goes straight down to the back of my head. So what I'm gonna do is clip this section off again, use my Ite to perfect my part, and then we're gonna braid it down. Okay, so I perfected my part all the way down to the back of my head, And now what I want to do is with my edge booster, I'm going to do not only the top part right here, but I also want to do the bottom part because I want to make sure that it's clean down there too, since it's kind of like another ending. I don't really know how I want to say it, but I just want to make sure that the bottom is clean down here too, because it can get kind of like how your edges can get all mixed up in the front. Same thing with the back. So I put a little bit down back here as well as on the top. And then for the rest of my braid, just brushing a real small amount and using that Itte again mostly to really keep my braid, you know, slick and done up. So I'm gonna brush this out. I'm gonna put my little banana clips in, and then I gotta get down because I gotta be able to reach my hair. So I'm just gonna start braiding from here and braid the top. Now, if you guys want to use more product, definitely feel free, because I know a lot of times for some people, they really need to like use a lot of product for their braid to be super neat, and that's fine. Like, that works for some people. For some people, the product is too much and it confuses them and it mixes their hair up and everything. And I'm one of those people where like too much product really just does me no good, and it makes the process a lot longer for me. So I like to braid on dry hair, and not dry as in like not moisturized, but I like to braid while my hair is, you know, dry and not wet or damp, or saturated with too much product. So I've gone down enough to where I'm comfortable to add hair. So I just switched over. I got a piece of hair up here, obviously. I have one underneath my index finger right here, right, that I'm gonna grab and wrap into the braid. And then I have one, and then I have one in the back right here that I'm holding with my thumb and my middle finger. So I've got my thumb, my middle finger piece held here. I've got my index finger piece held here. And then I have my piece laying at the top. I'm gonna grab my first piece of hair, throw it back, and I'm gonna basically grab it with my index finger. And then the second piece of hair is sitting at the top with this right here. And then I just braid like normal. You're gonna have to hold that hair in place for a minute to make sure that it doesn't slip. But once you've gone through with your first little plait, you're good to go, and the hair is in there and it's tucked in. That's the easiest way I have figured out for how to do feed-in braids seamlessly without any bumps and stuff like that. Because the other way, where you throw the hair on top and you leave it out for a little bit, it does not work for me. Like, it's too complicated for me, and it's a lot easier for me to just feed the hair in, grab it with my index finger, leave the top out, and just pull around the side like that, and braid down as I normally would. If the other way is easy for you or easier for you, go ahead and do it that way. You don't have to do it this way. Just do it whichever way is going to give you the best and the bombest braids. And again, you don't want to concentrate where you are. Make sure that you're easing your way down your hair, like easing your way down the back of your head, so that you don't get like clumps and lumps and stuff like that. So focus on going straight down with your plait. Now these pieces that I'm putting in right now, they're not getting consistently larger. Once I've got the first like 3 pieces, after the 3rd piece, all of my pieces after that are consistently the same thickness, and I would say it's about a medium to a small size box braid amount of hair that I'm adding in. That way my braid is not too thick, it's not too bunchy, and it doesn't look weird once I come off the scalp. It still has, you know, a good amount of thickness to it, and it looks pretty decent. So you don't have to keep adding super large pieces once you get to the base, because I don't think it looks that nice. It just looks really bunched up to me and super big. So I'm checking my braid with the mirror. It looks real good, you guys. Like real good. And I'm braiding up against my scalp. So like if I run out of hair, like on this side, obviously I'm gonna run out of scalp space, out of hair attached to my scalp. I hope that makes sense. But on this side, because you know, I've got more of a hair space right here, I still need to be braiding on my scalp. So don't stop braiding off of your scalp until you get to the very edge, the very last piece that you have. And for as long as you can, keep braiding down the back and then rotate over to the front where you can see it, to make sure that you're not gonna twist your braid over and cause that little twisty lump to happen. Look at me, I got a tangle. Make sure that y'all thoroughly detangle your hair as you go, or you're gonna end up with a knot at the bottom like me. And I'm just using a little bit of my Laid and Slayed Pro Gel, feeling my braid to make sure that it feels good. And then now I gotta take out this dang knot that I got. Okay, back up on the countertop for my next braid, coming off the same center line point right here at the top. I'm just going to come straight down, as straight as I can, down the back of my head. And this one's cutting like right in the middle of my head. So this one's real simple. Check the thickness on it. It's a little thinner than I want. So this braid is coming directly down with the part straight to the back of my head, the back middle section of my head. So I'm going to perfect this part, braid this up, and then we'll move on to this side of my head, which will start the curving kind of motion. Instead of the straight down motion that's on this side, it's gonna start kind of curving around. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do that on that side. I don't know, but we're gonna see when I get back from finishing this braid. Okay, so this is how this half looks. The braids are getting a little skinnier. Well, the parts are getting a little skinnier than I want at the back. So I decided that we're gonna move around to the front to try to get some more consistency back. And so for this front braid, I'm gonna come straight where this part is, like on this side. I'm gonna match it up with this one right here, and I'm just going to part straight to the corner of my head like this. So it matches up here with this one, and I'm just parting straight to the front corner. I think that's good right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and perfect this part with the Itte. I'm gonna grab some of my edge control. And this is the front, so we gotta make sure this is all slicked up. Take my edge toothbrush. And this braid is coming down, but I still want my front to look good. So now, you gotta be flexible to do this. I'm sorry, y'all. You can probably braid like this if you want, but I can't. Like, it's gonna be hard for me to feed in like that. So I have to continue to braid how I normally braid. So you gotta have a little flexibility in your elbows to do this. But we right here doing a few plaits, and I don't mind if this one curves a little bit. I actually kind of want it to, so I'm coming out front with it here. Got my little edge brush to make sure that I grab some of that in. And I'm just kind of bringing this to the front of my head. So I'm gonna add my first piece of hair. Okay, so this is the first braid. It's still a little skinny, but that's because this was like a smaller section, you know what I'm saying? So for the second braid, we're gonna again come from where we started, and again slanting as straight as I can down the side of my head to the front. And this one is getting back to that thickness that we had before, finally, because they was getting skinny there. All right, so let me check this one. It's in line with the second, and it's getting back to that same thickness. So I'm gonna define this part with my E-tay. Okay, so I'm gonna try, I found my symmetry. I'm gonna try as best as I can to show you guys from this point of view what I'm doing to braid. So this braid is also gonna come off the corner instead of straight flat like these. So this one is gonna come off the corner, and then the rest of them from this point on are going to be coming off straight flat. But basically, so I've got 3 pieces, and I'm starting my braid. And this is hard to do because I can't see y'all, but I'm trying to do this so y'all can understand how I'm feeding in my hair if y'all haven't already caught it. Okay. So I've got a few good plaits. They're a little bit longer than I want them to be, but that's okay. So I'm gonna take my hair, and I'm grabbing with my index finger, and then the second piece of hair is going with the hair on top right here. And I'm just continuing the braid. Okay, let me check. Gucci. Okay, so I'm grabbing with my index finger. This piece is with this, and I'm just continuing my braid. And I'm throwing my hair out to the front, obviously, because I'm doing this braid towards the front. But I'm throwing it out towards the front like that. And working my way down. check it. It looks decent. It's a little bumpier than I want. So what I'm doing is, because my wrist was facing this way, turning my wrist towards the back a little more, and that's gonna help relieve some of that bumpiness. So again, grabbing with my index and continuing my braid, and it's literally that easy, y'all. Like, I'm gonna detangle a little bit because it's getting rough. Okay. And then take a little bit of gel. And braid down. Now mine is a little bumpy because I'm trying to show y'all, and so I can't really like look in the mirror, but that's how it's done. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys, and you guys kind of got to see and understand what I was doing with my hands and with my fingers. Okay, so I finished the second one out once I got to the end, and I braided all the way down to it. Then I did my third one, and like I said, with my third one, I went straight in, and hold on. Well, the third one, I went straight across with it, and then I braided all the way down. That one was also a little bit, well, not also, but that one ended up being a little bit wobbly, but I'm okay with that. Now I've parted out my fourth one, and basically going from the corner, hold on, let me go up here, and maybe y'all be able to see better. Okay, so for this one, can y'all see? Yeah, y'all can see if I do this. I went from the corner in here and went straight down, and I determined the size off of the thickness. So the thickness that I wanted it to be. And that's gonna look like that. It's gonna come straight down. And then the rest of my braids are just gonna continue to go straight down to the back. So I'm using the same technique, doing the same thing that I've been doing before. Oh, it is 12:56. So we started at 10. We're 2 hours in basically. We're 2 hours in, and we've used one whole bundle of the hair, so we got to get another bundle. I definitely do not expect to use this whole bundle of hair. I'm probably only going to use like maybe not even half of it, to be honest, since it only took me one whole one to do all of this. And I only have maybe 3 to 4 more braids left max. So I'm just going to take out some pieces of hair so that we can do our next braid, and I'm probably just gonna speed through this and let you guys watch me kind of doing it, because I've already done all my explaining, and hopefully it was helpful for you guys. Hopefully you guys were able to kind of just see and understand what I was doing as far as speeding in my hair, and also braiding to the front of my head, because I know that's really hard and a lot of people don't have that flexibility. Like I said, you can do it the opposite way, to where you're braiding underhand this way down the front. You definitely can do it that way. It's hard for me to do it that way. You might have more success, especially if you aren't able to bend back the way that I was doing. So hopefully you were able to take something from that, and hopefully it was helpful for you guys. Wow. So I'm gonna leave you guys with my tips as I start braiding. I'm gonna put my edge control at the top here and then at the bottom. But y'all know I gotta give y'all my braiding tips in every braiding video. Do not stop. If you feeling like this ain't looking exactly how you wanted it to look, and you don't know how it's gonna come out because maybe your first braid came out janky, don't stop. You gotta keep going with the process and keep going with your hair, because a lot of times the end result kind of comes out kind of, you know, decent and it looks pretty good. So don't stop. Work your way through. Don't lose your confidence. Have patience. We're already working into our 3rd hour on this, so definitely have patience. At 1:10 we'll be 3 hours in on this, and of course it's taking me a little bit longer because I'm filming, but I mean, depending on your level of braiding, how many times you braided your hair by yourself before and stuff like that, it's basically just going to depend on how long it takes you. So don't think that just because, you know, somebody else can do this in 2 hours, or because it only took me maybe 3.5 to 4 hours, that because it's taking you closer to 6, you ain't doing a good job or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's dependent upon also how fast you braid. Like, I'm a slow braider. Some people not as experienced as me but can braid faster. You know what I'm saying? So it's really all just dependent. And so don't try to go based off of what you see, you know, somebody else's time frame looking like, or what their braids are looking like, if you know that maybe you aren't on that level yet. Don't give up. Don't stop. Go through, finish your whole head, and then go back and fix some of those braids, because also once you start doing something, like sometimes you need a little bit of practice before you can just jump in and get the wave of things. So like, you gotta warm up. Okay, you gotta warm up to the braiding and to the fitting in of the hair. So let yourself warm up. Do your first braid, and if it ain't come out how you wanted it to, just continue on to the next one and the next one, and then hopefully, you know, your hands will get warmed up, your fingers will get warmed up to the position that you want them to be in, and you know, you'll find success in doing your braids. Don't give up. Keep going. Know what you can and can't do, and place your expectations to that, so that you're not expecting, you know, a bunch. Like, if this is gonna be your first time ever braiding your hair or ever trying feed-ins, they might not look exactly like mine. They might look better than mine. I don't know. They might take you longer, but don't have unrealistic expectations for what your hair is going to turn out like. Okay, so we're all done. This is what the back looks like. I probably could have combined these back two right here and these back two, because I don't know why I did like the braids so small back there. I don't know. But I could have combined them to make them kind of more even in width to the rest of my braids, but I'm gonna leave it like that because it's quarantine and I ain't really going outside like that. Like, y'all gonna be seeing the front. Y'all gonna see these selfies from the front, not the back. So I could combine it, but I'm gonna leave it. I have some hot water in my tea kettle right now. It just finished. I'm gonna put it in this cup, not needing to fill it up all the way to the tippity top. And I'm just gonna dip. I don't feel like curling the ends or anything like that. I'm not putting beads on them. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave them straight as they are. And I have like 2 or 3 on this side that are really long for some reason. Well, I know why. It's because I added in here late. But I'm just gonna trim off a little bit just to even it out, because it's a little bit longer on that side than on the other side. Okay, so they're dipped. I like these. I only ended up using about 1 bundle and maybe a quarter of my free trust bundles. And I just kept them attached to the little zip tie thingy and put them back in my plastic so that they don't tangle. And I'll just store these in my closet, but I didn't need a lot of hair to do this style at all. So I have my braid spray. This is the African Pride braid sheen spray. But I don't think I'm gonna be using the African Pride brand anymore, just because I'm trying to buy black. So I'm probably gonna look to see if I can find a braid spray from a black owned hair care company. Hopefully I can. And I'll probably try to link it in the description box for you guys below if I find one. But this is the African Pride braid spray, and then this is the Cream of Nature Argan Oil Shine Mousse. I don't think this do a whole lot compared to like Lotta Body and stuff like that, but I'm gonna use it because I still have it. So I like to go over first with my braid spray. And this is just kind of like a leave-in. It actually makes my braids really soft. So other than trying to find a black owned one, I have no problems with using this braid spray. It like loosens up my braids, it moisturizes them, and like I said, it acts kind of like a leave-in for me whenever I have my braids in, and it makes them really soft, and I like that a lot. So just spritzing the braid spray on first. And then I'm gonna go in with my mousse and set this down. I'll put some oil on my scalp probably every night, every other night. I plan to keep these braids in for at least a week. So at least until next Saturday, I plan to keep these braids in. But hopefully they'll last me at least like maybe 2 weeks, maybe 2.5, maybe 3, I don't know. But hopefully they'll last me a good little while. So, and then we pretty much done. I'm gonna put on a little satin silk scarf on just to finish setting down the mousse and let the mousse dry while my hair is all laid down. And that is pretty much the end. That is the end of this video. This is the final look with all the braids done. I think this hairstyle is really cute. Like I said, I probably could have combined the braids in the back, the 4 braids, so these 2 and these 2, to make just another 2 braids instead of 4, but I'm leaving it like that. This is really cute though. I think it is really a cute little hairstyle, like just to have. So it took about 3.5 hours, but I was filming and I was trying to give you guys a tutorial on how to feed in your hair and also how to braid to the front. So because of that, it probably took me a little bit longer than it will take you. I would say that without filming, this probably would have taken me maybe 2 hours to 2.5 hours to do. But I mean, they came out really cute. I'm really enjoying them. I think it's gonna be really bomb once I put some makeup on, get my face done. I'm probably gonna do that for the intro. But that's the end of this video. I hope that you guys found it helpful. I hope that I was able to provide all of the information for you guys that you needed to do this hairstyle yourself at the crib, low cost. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you found it some helpful content in this, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, watch some of my other videos. I got like knotless box braid videos and stuff like that going on, other tutorials, other types of hair tutorials. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, and that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video.